007 Goldeneye for the Nintendo 64 was more than just a video game. It single-handedly brought new life and blood for the first-person shooter genre, which was first introduced to games like Doom back on the Super Nintendo. 007 Goldeneye, by most fans, was the game that got a lot of people to buy the Nintendo 64. I'm serious, my dad, who doesn't play much video games, played 007 Goldeneye. That's just how strong of a significance 007 Goldeneye had on my childhood and many other people growing up. If you're talking about games that really define the Nintendo 64, Goldeneye, in my opinion, should be on the top of that list. Anyhow, let's review 007 Goldeneye, shall we? .007 Goldeneye for the Nintendo 64, in my opinion, has more popularity than the actual movie itself, and the 1995 007 Goldeneye movie was very good. I've seen it a couple of times. 007 was developed by Rare and directed by Martin Hollis, who previously worked on Killer Instinct. It's actually been confirmed that Goldeneye was originally planned to be a 2D side-scrolling game for the Super Nintendo. Martin Hollis wanted the game to be on the Nintendo 64. The game actually started development in January 1995. Many programmers actually worked on Goldeneye for the Nintendo 64, and this game was a very big project. The game was released on August 1997. The following year, in 1998, the game sold insane. Over 2.1 million copies, surpassing the likes of The Legend of Zelda that came out in 1998 of that year. The game actually grossed $250 million worldwide. That is how widely successful 007 Goldeneye was back in those days. What makes 007 Goldeneye for the Nintendo 64 such a fun video game? It's the fact that there are so many well-designed and fun levels in this game, and the shooting mechanics feel fun and engaging. You're always shooting enemies and trying not to take too much damage. There's actually objectives you have to do in each mission. Completing the objectives is how you progress through the game. Most of the time the objectives are easy and straightforward, but sometimes they can be difficult to achieve. But all in all, 007 Goldeneye for the Nintendo 64 has easy to learn gameplay mechanics, and being able to choose different weapons really adds variety to this game, which I think is great. what is the gameplay of 007 GoldenEye? I already discussed some of the gameplay aspects already, but to go further into detail, the game gives you a set objective. It isn't easy though. This game throws a lot of guards and enemies at you. What your goal is to keep James Bond from dying. The levels in this game are a lot of fun. You got the snow level, the silo level, the dam, the facility. The levels in this game are a lot of fun. Towards the end of the game, it gets a lot harder, and the last level where you have to fight 006 was one of the coolest fights in video games I have ever seen. All in all, 007 GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64 has amazing and fun gameplay, and I feel that this is such a great video game. So what are my final thoughts about 007 GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64? In my opinion, 007 GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64 completely changed first-person shooter video games. First-person shooter video games were pretty popular, but 007 definitely put first-person shooters on the map after its release. The game was widely successful. It sold great, and it was one of the best games on the Nintendo 64, and honestly, I think it deserves every bit of the recognition it got back then. 007 GoldenEye is such a great video game. The levels are a lot of fun. The level design is excellent in this game. This game definitely gives you a good challenge. There's so many different weapons to use, and all in all, I really think that 007 for the Nintendo 64 is such a great video game. I give this game a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching this Neo review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.